Darwin was right.
18 volt.
Survival of the fittest. This ain't gonna last very long. He already did this side here. And he's gonna do that side there.
And I'm getting my butt kicked by it.
Oh, there she is in the light of the morning. Back part of the car is off the frame. I'm going to use the Sawzall and the plasma cutter, and I'm going to strip this down to manageable chunks so I can throw it in the back of the pick-em-up truck and take it to the scrapyard. There's the frame, buckled in the back where I figured it would. She's rusty, but really it's everything I need is still in decent shape. I don't think we're going to narrow across the frame rails. It appears the rear end in this car, from backing plate to backing plate, is as wide as the AMX rear end, which means if I can get it settled over the frame, the tires aren't going to stick out really bad, which is good. That hole sticking out the tires, the big friggin' jacked up rear end and the CB antenna. I don't want to go for your typical Syracuse hot rod look. No, thank you. It looks pretty rusty, but it's really not that bad. A lot of that is just heavy scale. It'll blow off. I don't think I'm going to take a grinder to it just yet, but well, maybe I'll take a pressure washer and hose it down really good. There it is. Body is completely off. It's not really all that bad. There are some places that I'll reinforce it, like here, where the body mount bolt went through. Here, where another body mount bolt went through. I need to take about 11 inches out of this car to make it fit, so I'll probably take it where that body mount bolt is. As you can see, that's pretty well rotten, and it's really not all that great on the other side of the car, so that's where I'll whack the foot out of it. As for the back here, we remove the entire frame. You can see the nice rust pattern. I'll cut that off, cap it, reinforce it where necessary, and then we'll probably take a piece of square tubing and run it all the way across. That'll give me something so I can take a couple of pieces of 2x3 and run it back on each side, so I have an attachment for the bumper on the AMX and a place to attach the roll cage. Since the roll cage will come through the rear bulkhead of the car into the trunk area, and it'll do a surround around the fuel cell or gas tank, however I have to rig it. And again, I'll fill in that big hole. I mean, it's pretty obvious every line on this car is going to have to be replaced. And I'm not terribly concerned with the transmission crossover or any of the brake stuff or the gear linkage. This car will wind up being a 4-shift when I'm done. And really about the only thing left to do on this before modifying the frame. Yank the motor and transmission out. I'll probably put my small block in this place because the 307 and the 350 Chevy are not the same size, not the same dimensions. So I need to have the small block Chevy in place when I go to mock up the body work. I'm sorry, the 350. And then I'll take and I'll power spray this whole thing down to clean off all the scale and see what other rot I need to fix before we start some serious modification. It also turned out I measured from drum to drum on this car, or not from drum to drum, but wheel backing plate to wheel backing plate off the rear end. It happens to be almost precisely as wide as the stock rear end, which means that this should go right in. I mean, really, I just cut the bottom of the car out, basically, put this in there, and then weld it all down. I think that's going to be just about it for the first episode. Just a couple more things. I didn't film the removing of the engine because really, I mean, kind of anticlimactic. Remove 2 through bolts on the motor mounts and 1 bolt on the transmission mount from underneath, and then I just grabbed it with the forklift and pulled it out. Yes, the frame buckled. I understand that. This whole center section is going to be rebuilt with 2x3 square tubing. The benefit on that is it'll be a lot stronger, and you know, if I measure it carefully, I can just take 11 inches right out of that and weld it right in. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, done. Really, I think it's, I mean, next is going to be shortening this up. And then, who knows, maybe we can get right into dropping the body on the frame. All the measurements so far to date say I can do it. I mean, what else is there to say? You guys can hit me up at Beaturz, Beaturz, at Hotmail. Is it Hotmail or Live, whatever MSN's calling it now? Gmail or Yahoo Mail. It'll reach me. Occasionally, other than this, you know, doing hack work, occasionally I'll get on my soapbox, you know, about things that really annoy me or are interesting to me, and we're not just going to stick with the car stuff. I got ideas for a recumbent trike. A recumbent trike for 2 for me and Charlie to go riding around on. Dave brought up something about hydrogen boost on one of these alternative energy websites. We might try monkeying around with that. Or, I don't know, experimenting with electric cars. Whatever catches my fancy, or if you come up with a good idea and you put it on the internet, or, well, email it to me. Who knows? Maybe. Alright, well, if you like this, enjoyed it, you know, it'll get better, I promise. This is, so far, it's handheld, and it's going to be stitched together using Windows, the movie maker. So, this is really bad. If you like it, you like the concept, you'll drop me an email. Eventually we'll have a website. Unless, of course, you can't afford it, and then I won't have a website. Drop me an email. Let me know what you think. Thanks.